everyone, it's Shari Carroll for SimonsSaysStamp.com with the March 2015 card kit walkthrough and card idea. I think you're really going to love this kit. It's really perfect for spring, and to start off we have the stamp set design full of flowers and nice greetings. I love that these flowers have outer and inner images that you can put together. The papers are from Authentique, and there are lots of great colors such as the gold and yellow, grays, blacks, and some slightly brown images. And we have a few inks that really go with this. These are double-sided. They're really elegant style papers. Lots of really nice patterns for all your card making. You also get 5 sheets of cardstock, and these are the Simon Says Stamp cardstock. To start off, there's smoke, fog, sunshine, black, and cream. These are all a nice 100-pound cover weight cardstock, so they're really nice and sturdy. Also in the kit you get some journaling cards, also from Authentique, and the pack says 34. There's actually 17 on the front side. I'll go ahead and thumb through these and show you each of the front sides, and you can flip these over, and there's on the back side is slightly similar to the front side but maybe a little bit smaller print or just a little bit different. So once I get those done, I'll go ahead and flip these over for you and show you the back sides. These journaling cards are perfect to put on any of your size cards. Also in the pack you get the full-size bottle of liquid pearls, and this is onyx black. It's great for accenting some of your flowers, and also a die in a pattern of circles in a row. So that is the March 2015 card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I have put together a card, which I'll show you how I did here in a minute, using all the elements from the card kit, including the die at the top and some strips of paper. So to start off, I want to stamp some of my flowers, so I've chosen all the bold flowers from the right side of the pack. I'll also be using some of the inner parts to highlight one of my flowers. The inks that I'll be using are the Simon Says Stamp Smoke, Slate, and Golden Locks, and I feel these really match the papers perfectly. To start off, I have a piece of Nina White cardstock, and I'll start with a larger flower, and I'm using the slate ink for this one. This is the first time I'm using this stamp, so I have not seasoned it yet, and how I like to season them is to stamp a few times to make sure that I get a really nice, good, crisp, clear image. So I've left myself plenty of room on my paper here so I can stamp about 4 or 5 flowers to get myself started. The next color I'm using is the smoke, and then I'll be using this for the leaf patterns, and I've gone ahead and put 2 of the leaves onto my block, so I'll stamp these both at the same time, and again I'll repeat stamping and give myself some extra leaves to work with. And finally, my last color is the Golden Locks, and this is for the inner smaller flower, and this ink goes perfectly with the pattern papers in the pack, so just to keep note of that. Also, there are matching dies for the 2 flowers and 2 leaves, which you can also purchase in the Simon Says Stamp store. At this point, I have cut out my flowers, and right now I'm stamping the center of my Golden Locks flower with slate ink using one of the little inside images. And when I'm ready to put them on my card, I'll use a few foam squares to give them a little bit of lift and dimension. I've cut some papers up in some strips and also a panel behind my journaling card, and I've also used the die, the circle die, and I've cut that out of slate cardstock. For my note card base, I have cut a piece of the fog cardstock and I've created a top folding card, and I'm stamping one of the smaller flowers here using the Simon Says Stamp white pigment ink. And I'll be doing the Velvetine Stamping, so I'm just going to stamp these randomly around the outer edges of my note card. To achieve the Velvetine Stamping, now I'm using fog ink and the larger flower, and I'm stamping over my white images, and you can see you kind of get this ghostly pattern, and it's really a fun background to create. And I don't have to do the entire card because I'll be putting my journaling card in the center. I've put some of the pieces onto my card, and now I'm going to use a little piece of twine, and this is from American Crafts, and it's a gray colored twine. So I'm just going to loop this back and forth to make kind of a fake bow, and I'll just pinch that off in the center. And to adhere this down onto my card, I'm just using some of my mono adhesive and just putting a little bit on my strips of paper there. And now I can just go ahead and press this down in place, and this will be sitting behind my flowers. To finish things off, I'm using my black onyx liquid pearls, and I'm going to put a little bit on my paper first before I get started, and I'll just put a little dot in the center of each of the flowers. I hope I've given you a card inspiration idea for using the March 2015 card kit from Simons & Stamp, and thanks for watching.